Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the functions section. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of an incident. There was a fire drill that happened in the middle of my video. So after that I had students coming in. So this is your part 2. All right, so the function rule describes the operations performed in the domain input to get the range. Okay, so in the last video before I left you, I was talking about how this equation and the function notation, and that was the bell, sorry. Okay, so I was telling you that this equation and the function notation are the same, okay? So if I plug in 4 into x, I get 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Over here, if I do the same thing, notice I'm going to get f of x equals 11. Okay, so the function of x equals 11. So if I go over here, I can plug in these numbers in for x. So f of x, when f of x is 5, what do I get for our answer? So 4 times 5 minus 7 gives me 20 minus 7, which would be 13. So x equals 13. Okay, if I plug in, but instead of putting the x here, instead of putting f of x, we fill it in with f of 5 equals 13. So we don't leave that, we keep it like this. Okay, so let's look at this one. What if we have f of negative 6 equaling 4x minus 7? Okay, so for this one, we're going to have f of negative 6 equals 4 times negative 6 minus 7. So here we get f of negative 6 equals, okay, and 4 times 6 would be a negative 24, minus 7 would be a negative 31. And that would be our answer. So make sure that you always leave it f of. All right, so Mariah spent $22.50 downloading songs to her digital music player from an online music store for 90 cents each. Identify the independent and dependent variables, then write a function to represent the total cost of any numbers of songs. Okay, so if we look at this, the total cost depends on the number of songs that she purchases. So the total cost is dependent upon the independent variable, which would be the number of songs. So your IV would be the number of songs, and your DV would be the cost. Okay, so the total cost equals the cost per song times the number of songs. So C of S equals 90 cents times the songs. So the function is C of S equals 90 cents times S. So if we use this function to determine the number of songs that Mariah downloads, we can say, okay, if this is the function, and I know that I'm spending $22.50, then we plug in $22.50 here for C of S, and we get S equals 25. So Mariah downloaded 25 songs. We solve it just like we solve an equation. Okay? All right, so let's try these two to find each function's value. So f of negative 7 equals 14 plus 3x. Go ahead and try that one. And try f of 4 equals 14 plus 3x. Notice that the equation is staying the same. The thing that's changing is what we're plugging in for our function. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, try it. I'm going to go through the answers. If we put I don't want to do that. If we put a negative 7 in for our x, we're going to get negative 7 times 3, which is going to give us 21, but it's going to be negative. And 14 plus a negative 21 is going to give us a negative 7. Okay, so if we do this one, we get 14 plus 3 times 4, which would be f of 4 is going to equal 12 plus 14, which would be a positive 26. So f of 4, the function of 4 is 26. All right, so that's all I have for you for part 2 of this video. Again, sorry that we had that fire drill. See you next time.